Good evening, I'm Natalie Jenereski. Thanks for letting us be part of your weekend. We begin tonight in the town of Union, where a two-story home was destroyed by a massive fire. I'm Natalie Jenereski down here live at the Oakdale Mall in Johnson City, and coming up on Action News, I'll tell you why you don't have to be a superhero to save lives. Strawberries are ripe for the picking. I'm Natalie Jenereski in Candor, and coming up on Action News, I'll tell you why this year they're 2 weeks early. State police have not yet commented on their statements. Hoagland's body is now undergoing an autopsy at the Lehigh Medical Center in Allentown. Binghamton detectives say 30-year-old Carl Sheen Marks was shot 4 times while he was using the bathroom. Questions still need to be answered before a vote can be made on the New York State electric and gas rate hike. And you know that saying how corn is supposed to be knee-high by the 4th of July? Well, this year, no matter how tall you are, that's definitely not the case. I'll have that story coming up on Action News.
Quickly, a fire doubles in size every 2 to 3 minutes, so it can spread very rapidly.
All right, thank you, Chris. And coming up on Action News at 6, we'll actually talk to one of these RAs who learned his lesson here today. And that wraps up the news and weather side tonight. From here on out, it's sports overtime.
Yeah, we've got another huge night.
This year's weather has brought the apples a few weeks early, and it's a very good crop, too. Linda Quinn is here from the New York Apple Association. Linda, now you're also a registered dietitian, is that right? Now, tell us a little bit about the nutritional value of apples.
Oh, Natalie.
A dump truck is called in to haul away more than 300 marijuana plants from a Montrose home.
Especially if rural kind of comes a little bit closer to us.
Not much to complain about.
Not much, no.
Thank you, Doug. All right. Some pictures make you feel so small in this large world. Audio Boy 4045 posted this picture. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for more news and weather at 5:30. I'm Natalie Jenereski, and I'll see you in a half hour for Action News at 6.
News reporter Natalie Jenereski joins us live from the Oakdale Mall with more details on this life-saving event. Natalie?
Candace, the average blood drive tries to bring in about 50 pints of blood. Well, this year, the American Red Cross is being very aggressive. They're trying to bring in 325 pints all this weekend, and already today on Friday, we're up to about 95 pints of blood. Take a look at these people behind me. They are doing their part to bring in the blood, and just think, you could be one of them.
Anywhere for 5 to 10 minutes and you're done.
That's how long it takes for you to help save someone's life. And many times, it's the life of a small child.
2 of what we call our recipients right now are in the hospital. A little girl down in Montrose just received a platelet transfusion. She's been struggling with cancer. And we have Chloe, who is a little angel, who receives transfusions on a regular basis. And she's a little girl from Vestal.
I've actually worked in hospitals, so I've been fortunate enough to see both ends of things. So I've actually, been able to collect blood and then helped give blood to people that needed it.
Lynn Anzalone says she learned early in life the importance of giving blood.
My father always gave blood, and I couldn't wait to start when I was 16. I think it's a wonderful thing to do, and everybody should do it that can.
But if the blood and needles aren't really your cup of tea, donors can assure you it's actually kind of relaxing.
It's really not bad. I mean, the worst is, of course, getting a needle put in, but now I'm comfortable right now. I don't even feel it.
But what you will feel is proud. Live down here at the Oakdale Mall in Johnson City, I'm Natalie Jenereski for WBNG-TV Action News. Candace, Wilson Rigdon III is the owner of Southside Storage. Rigdon also owns 4 other limited liability corporations, 3 of which have recently filed for bankruptcy. Action News sat down with the director of Broome County's Real Property Tax Services. He told us that over the last few years, Rigdon bought 60 parcels in Broome County. They range from rental spaces like the Nye-Penn building in Johnson City to a 3-story home on Nanticoke Avenue in Endicott. In 2007, he entered into payment agreements for back taxes owed on many of those properties.
It's not unusual to have multiple properties in an agreement. It is a little unusual to have one person or this many entities under one person that would get into the agreements. I mean, 60 is a large number. I don't believe we've ever had anything near that before. Action News got in touch with some of the people who sold their properties to Rigdon, most of whom are extremely frustrated with his failure to pay or show up in court. At the live desk, Natalie Jenereski, WBNG-TV Action News. Tim Stoughton's farm has been in business for 20 years. He says this year's corn crop is one of the earliest he's ever grown.
Enough moisture, warm weather, warm nights. It keeps growing at night if it's warm. The last few nights have been pretty chilly. I'm sure it slows right down at night, but with the weather that's coming, it's going to keep growing at night.
Most of his other crops are also ahead of schedule, but still, Stoughton says he's always behind most other farms in the area. You might even see fresh produce stands as early as this weekend, featuring local corn.
Some people start corn under plastic to get it earlier. This corn here, we started under what we call floating row cover, so it is a little earlier than what we didn't have under row cover. However, I am never early in this valley because it's a cool valley. You go near water and you're going to be earlier.
Now, the crop here at Stoughton Farms will be ready to pick in about 3 weeks, and farmers can tell that because of the silk that starts to show on the plant itself. And once the ears are ripe for the picking, the rush begins to pluck all the stalks clean.
When we plant the corn, it'll be ready in about 3 months, and then we only have a 4-day ready where when you pick it, it'll still taste as sweet as it possibly can. If you pick it too late, it'll kind of be dry and not taste very good. If you pick it too early, it's just not ready to eat.
An earlier than usual sweet summer treat. In Newark Valley, Natalie Jenereski, WBNG-TV, Action News. The Owego-based defense contracting company Lockheed Martin is spreading its wings. Along with Whiting Turner Construction, the company won a $15 million contract from the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. They're joining together to install a biomass energy system at the VA Medical Center in Canandaigua. For more than a year, this is what has been used to generate energy for Lockheed's 1.6 million square foot campus in Owego. Wood waste is trucked in and turned into steam power.
We're very excited about getting into this business, and the reason we're getting into this business is because it's all about global security. We believe energy is a security issue. We're a national security company, so it's natural for us to use our engineering talents to apply them in the renewable energy ways.
It saved the defense contractor almost $1 million since installation. Its carbon footprint down 25%. Now, Lockheed's been tapped to build a similar cost and energy efficient system for the VA Medical Center in Canandaigua. The biomass system could replace the oil and gas systems the VA uses for energy now. Lockheed hopes to lead the way as other organizations look to install similar facilities.
We've got some great engineers up here in Owego. They've done some great work and here at our own facility, and now we're applying that to customers. VA is the first one. We hope there's many more.
Lockheed hopes to have the Canandaigua facility up and running within the next 3 years. Lockheed's partner in the project, Whiting Turner, will lead on-site construction and work with the VA to integrate the system. The project is funded through the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act of 2009.